What up, peeps? Today we will be talking about how to create a chart in Microsoft Excel 2010. It's a pretty easy process, but I want to make sure that you guys are all on the same page and you understand what data to select and what type of chart needs what type of data. So, just want to create this little video to show you that. Also, I know that it has been covered in the PowerPoint a little bit and in another video, but that doesn't matter. I just want to make sure we are all on the same page here. So first and foremost, let's talk about the little data that we have up here. Wilmington High School Supply Company, monthly sales. We have names on the left-hand side, going down column A, and we have the date, or month I should say, going across the top in row 3. So first we need to select our data. To select data, we're going to select large range of A3 to E8. You notice I did not select the totals. I will show you in a little bit towards the end of this video what happens when you select totals, but you do not want to select totals when you are doing a column chart, a line chart, a bar chart, something like that. Okay, you just do not want to do it because it skews your results. Skews meaning it's out of whack. Alright, so please make sure you do not do that. So once you have your range selected, which I do, it's simple. You go to Insert, and in the Insert you will see your chart grouping right here, and we're going to use a column chart, and I'm going to use a cylinder clustered chart. Click on that and it automatically creates your chart for you. There you go, lo and behold, there's your chart. It's an object, so you can move it pretty much anywhere you want on the spreadsheet. Usually it goes under the data or next to the data, so you can move it pretty much anywhere you want. You can make it bigger, smaller by going to the corners, so I can make it really big, or I can make it really, really small. Alright, so that's up to you. Alright, and what your needs are. So again, I'm going to make it a little bit big. Now you will notice that up here you have some outlines. The green is showing you this range right here. The purple is showing you this range right here, and then obviously the numbers are in there. Okay. Once you have it, if you want to change the colors of the columns or the bars, if you just single click on one, I'll use the purple. Single click on one, I can right click. Then from there, right up here, you have your fill bucket. So I can change that. Let's just change it to black, make it stand out a little bit. And it changed it all to black, which is kind of cool. Alright, you'll also notice the menu over here, or the legend it is called, I should say. The legend color changed also when that changed. So that's kind of cool, but that's how to format it real quick. There's also ways of putting on a title and that kind of thing, but we'll get into that next chapter a little bit. Don't want to cover it too much here. But that is basically how you do a chart. Now, what happens when you add in the total in there? If I click that, and let's say if I grab total in there, all right, and I do insert, I'm doing the same steps I just did, column clustered. You see how much right here is skewed? All this is big because this adds up. These columns add up all of these because that's the total. Obviously it skews the chart. You don't want that. Now if you want to chart the totals, you would use a pie chart, because a pie chart uses data from just one single column or one single row. Okay. The other thing you want to make sure you do not do when you're doing a chart is forget to select something. So in other words, maybe I don't select the names here. So I just select this range and I insert a column. Insert column and go down here to cylinder. And what happens is the names are missing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Instead of Hank, Jill, Jerry, Mary, and Mark, you see numbers there because I didn't select it. You want those names there more times than not. So make sure you select the proper range. Alright? If you don't, then you're going to lose points, and then you're going to come crying to me saying, oh, what's wrong, what's wrong? Well, that's what's wrong. Okay? Let's see, I will show you a pie chart real quick. So in other words, let's say if I wanted to do the totals using the names. Alright, so I select the names. Now, to select a range that is not next to another range, you want to hold down your control key, CTRL key. So I selected that range, Then I held down my control key and I selected the next range, and then I'll go to insert and I'll go to the pie chart. And since we're doing 3D stuff, go 3D, and there's my pie chart. Again, pretty much like anything else, you can move it anywhere you want. You also have chart styles, which I didn't show you with the other one, but you have chart styles over here. You click it down, you can change colors, and it gives you shades and all that fun stuff. All right, you also have layouts over here, which basically can give you, like I said before, a title on top, and you can put numbers on it. So in other words, if I wanted to do this, it'll give me the name and cost or total on the actual chart. So that's something for you guys to look at. If I wanted to do that, gave me percentages, their names, and I can add a chart title here just by clicking on it. So that's something you guys can play around with when you have time. That's about it for charts. Like I said, charts are pretty easy and straightforward. You guys just need to take your time and make sure you are selecting the right data and the right chart when you are putting it into your spreadsheet. So hopefully you understand charts a little bit more after this video. As always, if you have any questions, ask your neighbor, look it up in the book, look on Google, and as a last resort, raise your hand or come and talk to Mr. Meisen. Hope you guys have a great day.